From a law professor to the presidency of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev's political journey is a fascinating tale of loyalty, ambition, and the intricate dance with power. In an era marked by the resurgence of Russian influence on the global stage, Medvedev's tenure as president and his ongoing role in Russian politics provide a unique lens through which to understand the complexities and nuances of modern Russia. Dmitry Anatolievich Medvedev was born on September 14, 1965, in Leningrad, now known as Saint Petersburg. His father, Anatoly Afanasievich Medvedev, was a professor at the Leningrad Institute of Technology, and his mother, Yulia Veniaminovna, was a teacher of Russian language and literature. Growing up in an academic environment, Medvedev was encouraged to pursue education rigorously. Medvedev attended the prestigious Leningrad State University, where he studied law. It was here that he developed a keen interest in law and politics, setting the stage for his future career. He graduated in 1987 and went on to complete a PhD in private law in 1990, demonstrating his dedication and intellect early on. After completing his education, Medvedev joined the Leningrad State University as a lecturer in civil and Roman law. His academic career allowed him to cultivate a deep understanding of the legal framework and governance, which would later prove instrumental in his political career. Medvedev's tenure as a law professor also provided him with the opportunity to build valuable connections with other academics and future political leaders. Medvedev's political career began in earnest in the early 1990s, when he joined the team of Anatoly Sobchak, the then mayor of Saint Petersburg. It was during this time that he met Vladimir Putin, who was working as Sobchak's deputy. This meeting marked the beginning of a long and significant relationship between Medvedev and Putin, which would shape the trajectory of Russian politics for decades to come. Medvedev's early roles were relatively low profile, focusing on legal and administrative issues. However, his competence and loyalty did not go unnoticed. When Putin moved to Moscow to join the administration of President Boris Yeltsin, Medvedev soon followed. In Moscow, Medvedev's rise within the Kremlin's corridors of power was rapid. He held various positions, including deputy head of the presidential staff and chairman of Gazprom, the state-controlled gas giant. His role at Gazprom was particularly significant, as it gave him substantial influence over one of Russia's most important economic assets. Medvedev's close association with Putin proved to be a key factor in his ascent. When Putin became president of Russia in 2000, Medvedev was appointed first deputy chief of the presidential administration. He was later promoted to chief of staff, a role that placed him at the heart of Russian political decision-making. Medvedev's political career reached its zenith in 2008 when he was elected president of Russia. Putin, who was constitutionally barred from seeking a third consecutive term, endorsed Medvedev as his successor. This endorsement was pivotal, as Putin's popularity and influence virtually guaranteed Medvedev's victory. Medvedev's presidency was characterized by a focus on modernization and reform. He launched a series of initiatives aimed at modernizing the Russian economy, reducing corruption, and improving the rule of law. Medvedev also placed a strong emphasis on technological innovation, promoting projects to develop Russia's high-tech industry. One of Medvedev's most notable domestic policies was the Strategy 2020 program, which aimed to diversify Russia's economy and reduce its dependence on oil and gas exports. He also pushed for greater transparency and accountability within the government, although these efforts met with mixed success. Medvedev's presidency was also marked by a more liberal approach to social issues compared to his predecessor. He supported initiatives to improve human rights and civil liberties, although these efforts were often constrained by the political realities of Russia's authoritarian system. On the international stage, Medvedev pursued a policy of reset with the United States, aiming to improve relations that had soured during the later years of Putin's first two terms. This led to the signing of the New START Treaty in 2010, a significant arms reduction agreement between the two countries. Medvedev also sought to strengthen Russia's relationships with Europe and Asia, promoting economic and political cooperation. However, his tenure was not without conflict. The 2008 Russo-Georgian War occurred shortly after he took office, demonstrating the limits of his more conciliatory foreign policy approach. Perhaps the most defining feature of Medvedev's presidency was the unique power-sharing arrangement between him and Putin, often referred to as the Tandemocracy. While Medvedev held the formal title of president, Putin, as prime minister, retained significant influence over Russian politics. This arrangement was viewed by many as a strategy to maintain stability and continuity within the Russian political system. The Tandemocracy allowed Medvedev to pursue his modernization agenda, while Putin focused on consolidating power and maintaining control over key areas such as security and foreign policy. This division of labor was not always seamless, and there were occasional signs of tension between the two leaders. However, their mutual respect and shared vision for Russia's future helped to sustain the partnership. In 2011, Medvedev announced that he would not seek a second term as president, and instead, he endorsed Putin's return to the presidency. This decision was part of a pre-arranged plan, allowing Putin to circumvent the constitutional limit on consecutive presidential terms. Following Putin's election in 2012, Medvedev was appointed prime minister, a role he held until 2020. As prime minister, Medvedev continued to advocate for economic modernization and technological innovation. However, his influence was significantly diminished compared to his presidential term. The political landscape in Russia became increasingly dominated by Putin, with Medvedev often seen as a more technocratic figure, implementing policies rather than shaping them. In January 2020, Medvedev resigned as prime minister, and he was subsequently appointed as deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russia, a position created specifically for him. This move was widely interpreted as a strategic reshuffle by Putin, aimed at preparing for potential changes to the Russian political system. Medvedev's legacy is a complex one. On the one hand, he is credited with promoting modernization and attempting to reform Russia's political and economic systems. On the other hand, his tenure is often seen as a period of limited change, constrained by the broader context of Putin's dominance. Medvedev is married to Svetlana Linik, whom he met in high school. The couple has one son, Ilya. Medvedev is known for his interest in technology and modern gadgets, often being seen using the latest smartphones and tablets. He is also an avid photographer and enjoys rock music, with a particular fondness for bands like Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin. Medvedev's relatively low-key and technocratic style has earned him a reputation as a moderate and pragmatic leader. He is often contrasted with Putin's more assertive and charismatic persona, highlighting the different roles they have played in shaping modern Russia. Dmitry Medvedev's political career is a testament to the complexities and nuances of Russian politics in the 21st century. From his early days as a law professor to his tenure as president and beyond, Medvedev has played a crucial role in the governance of Russia. His focus on modernization and reform has left a lasting impact, even if his efforts were often overshadowed by the towering presence of Vladimir Putin. Medvedev's story is one of ambition, loyalty, and the intricate dance with power that defines the Russian political landscape. As Russia continues to navigate its path on the global stage, Medvedev's legacy will remain an important part of its history, offering valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities faced by one of the world's most influential nations.